You know, if there were an award for Best Overbearing Mother, my next guest would be a multiple winner. From Dream On to Daddy Dearest to The Nanny and beyond. She has hilariously portrayed the moms we're all glad we never had. Let's take a look.
If no one is going to have any more of the cake, I'm going to put it away.
Oh, that's glad.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Smart girl, man. Very smart.
Please welcome Renee Taylor.
Hi.
Renee.
Hi.
Say we have a little audience
That's
here.
nice.
Of desperate alcoholics. So, you know, I was just thinking when I was watching that clip of your little show that you did, My Life on a Diet.
Yeah.
So you've always been on a diet, haven't you?
Always,
You
my
even
whole
wrote a
life.
book back in the day about dieting.
I did. And now I'm about to do the show, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what kind of diet are you on now?
I'm a semi-vegan,
What does that mean?
which means I'm a vegetarian until I can't stand it and I have to have a steak. And then I'm not.
That is a very good way to go. And how long have you been able to go without, you know, eating meat?
2-3 weeks.
Have you lost any weight? You look a little slim to me.
Yeah, I lost 30 pounds.
Very
I started with Dr. Oz. I did his diet for 3 days, and then I did it for 6, and then I did it, there's a transformational 6-week diet. I did that, and then I had to have a steak, and I was off.
What's wrong with having a steak? It's good to have a steak.
I know, but when you're a vegan, you know, you're committed.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the other thing I found out, I've been looking into you, even though I know you for many years.
From years.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know everything about you. Like, I didn't know that in the early 60s you were a comedian at the Bonsoir downtown in Manhattan. And you opened for Barbara Streisand?
No, she opened for me.
She opened for you.
I was the headliner, and we were both very poor. We had one pair of stockings, and I would put it on, and I would lend it to her, and she would lend it back to me. We shared even though I was the headliner, I couldn't afford stockings.
Was she good? Did you think this girl is phenomenal?
I said, this girl is going to be a star.
And she is.
And she is.
Yeah, she was for many years.
She would call me and say, well, what song do you think I should sing at the White House? And I said, I told you for 10 years what to sing. You didn't listen. Look where it got you.
What did you tell her to sing?
I would tell her to open up with From This Moment On.
Yeah.
What did I know? So.
Which she never did.
No.
No. And the other thing I forgot, in the producers, the fabulous Mel Brooks movie, you played Eva Braun.
Yeah.
I mean, for a Jewish girl to play Eva Braun, that had to be some
I just saw him the other night at Sid Caesar's birthday party. He said, did I ever thank you for doing Eva Braun? I said, no.
What was it like working with him?
Oh, he was crazy. He was wild and crazy. And he said that, he told his story that Dick Shawn spoke very fast, and I spoke very slow.
You did.
Ich lieb dich. Ich liebe dich. And he said, why did you talk so slow? And I said, I was trying to make my part bigger.
You are hilarious. You were always funny, right?
Always funny.
As a kid?
As a kid, I was funny because growing up, I said to myself, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
And someday I'm going to write about them. And someday I'm going to play my mother. And I did, because she was really...
Made for Each Other.
Yeah.
You had an actress playing your mother.
I know. My mother was very hurt that she didn't play it. She said they should have gotten someone more glamorous to play me.
Was your mother obsessed with astrology the way this character was in that
And reincarnation, and she belonged to a reincarnation club. And she introduced me to people as to who they were in other lives. And everybody was former royalty, and
Always.
I said to her,
no one's a garbage man.
Yeah, how come no one's a plumber?
Yeah.
She said, well, they're welcome, but they wouldn't fit in here.
Well, Shirley MacLaine agrees with all of that. Do you know Shirley?
Very well.
Yeah, she believes in that whole thing of coming back, right?
Well, I knew when I met Joe, my husband, that we had had many lives together, and I told him, and he thought I was looking at him very funny.
Really? Because?
I knew I was going to marry him because I knew I had been married to him before in another life.
I see.
It was 100 years later it was due.
How long are you married to Joe?
47 years.
Oh, my God. So you have one child.
One child.
Gabe is
one
his name?
grandson.
Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
And a grandson?
Yeah.
Very good. So let me ask you names. We play this game on this show,
Oh.
Say Anything. If I mention a name you worked with, your first impression, Jerry Lewis.
Crazy.
Okay. Don Rickles.
Oh, wonderful.
You love him.
He grabbed me and said, you're playing my ex-wife on this show. And he grabbed the guy from CBS and pushed him up against the wall and says, she's playing my ex-wife.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
And why was Jerry Lewis crazy?
He was just very hyper.
Yeah.
Now he's very relaxed. That's
Well,
how
he's 100 years old now, so he's relaxing.
He was. I saw him about a month ago.
Yeah.
And he autographed something from me. But, you know, I was on The Tonight Show with him, and he said, if you're ever in Hollywood, look me up, and I'll put you in a movie. So
Really?
that night I got on a plane. And when he got there in the morning, I said, I thought you said if I ever, here I am. So he said, you know what, there's no part in it for you. And I said, who wrote it? He said, I did. I said, I seen your movies, tear out 4 pages, put in 4 new ones, and I'm in. And that's exactly what happened.
And he did that.
And that's how I got in.
What was the name of that movie?
The Errand Boy.
Yes.
That was the first movie I ever did.
That was ballsy of you to just fly out there.
I didn't, you know enough to be scared.
Yeah.
I was fearless.
Uh-huh. And how about Frank Sinatra?
Frank Sinatra. I was in The Detective with him.
Oh.
And when I met him...
The Detective Story, is it?
No, it's called The
The
Detective.
Detective.
I said to him, you're Frank Sinatra. And he said, I know.
Okay, one more before we go. How about Sean Connery?
Oh, when I met him, I said, I think I'm going to faint. And he said, so am I.
Okay, we're going to have more with Renee Taylor in just a minute. Stay right there. She's a rock.
Ma, will you calm down? It's not the end of the world.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Marilyn. Sit down. Sit down.
Maybe some cake will make you feel better.
I can't eat. I'm too upset. I'll take it for later when I calm down.
That was a clip of Renee Taylor in Happily Divorced on TV Land. You know, there's always food in all of your parts.
I know. That's because of me. At one time, I didn't have any lines on the show. And I would be in a dinner scene, and everybody was eating. And I sat there. I didn't have any lines. So I just do what I do in life. I started eating off everybody's plate because I didn't have anything to say. And they thought that was very funny. They started writing it in all the scripts, and then I gained 30 pounds.
You gained 30 pounds.
And I had to bring a note from my doctor that said, Renee can't eat off people's plates anymore. But, you know, a friend of mine was just telling me, I went to the Academy Awards with him, and he said, we're walking down the aisle, and I was starving, and I had some breadcrumbs down here from a piece of bread, and I was eating.
Like Hansel and Gretel. So, you know, the thing about you, though, is that, you know, you don't seem to be affected by ageism or weightism or anything.
Oh, not yet.
You keep working.
Not yet, but what time is it?
But I
We
mean,
don't
really,
know.
are you affected by ageism in the building?
No, I'm not.
In the
Because
business?
if anything, they say I'm too young, that I have too much energy.
They
and
say
that-
you're too young.
Yeah, they don't believe that I'm my age, which is, I'm going to be 40, but don't say it on television because you're washed up in Hollywood if you're 40. As a matter of fact, all my friends have had their faces done.
Yeah.
And I want to say to them, go back 3 facelifts. That was it. Because there is a guy now who can correct your facelifts if you do too much nose work, too much chin work.
Right.
He can put you back to like a tattoo
have you had
removal.
any work?
No.
Nothing.
This is my product.
This is your product. This is the anti-age cream you're selling these days.
Yes, it's called rtsfacelove.com, and it's a facelift cream. It has peptides in it, which is like a protein.
Yeah.
And if you put it on one side of your face and let your viewers vote which side looks better.
Okay, I'll buy.
You just put it on a line. You have one line here.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, you have one here.
I have the little
and you have
line here.
And you have one here.
And nothing
and
here.
one there. One here.
I'll just do this
Okay,
one.
now vote. The people at home vote which side you like better. See, you look 30 years younger on this side.
It's a miracle. What do you think about people who get a lot of plastic surgery?
It's hard to see the real person there. It's really too bad.
They don't stop. It's kind of like an addiction.
I know, yeah. They keep going. You know, Joan Rivers and I used to look the same. And then, I don't know, she started with her nose, then her behind, then her this, then her that. We used to go to Fire Island looking for guys together.
Really? You and Joan?
Me and Joan.
That I would have paid to watch. And who used to get the guy, you or her?
No, sometimes her, sometimes me. We weren't pushy then.
No, this is way back. Before you were married, before Edgar.
Before everything.
Before everything.
But now I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday, the big 4-0.
Yeah. All right. And
when I met Joe, I lied about my age.
You did.
My weight, how much money I was making, everything. I lied about everything.
And he bought it.
He bought it.
But you didn't, according to the movie, and you should rent this movie, Made for Each Other, because that really is the story of your relationship with Joe, right?
Yes, exaggerated a little bit.
It's just the funniest movie. You must get it, seriously.
Thank you. But in life, I'm a much nicer person.
And what about the movie we made together?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Love Is All There Is.
With Angelina Jolie.
Let's
And what
discuss
happened
that.
to her now?
Nothing.
Where
Nothing
is
happened
she?
to the girl. And look at us.
Look
We're
at
on current TV.
We're at the top of our form.
And that girl
cannot get arrested.
this.
Somebody out there, give her a job.
We were in City Island.
Yeah.
You were there. You hated clothing. You were in your brassiere half the time. She hates clothes.
You were so funny.
We were all very funny in that movie. It was a really funny movie.
You should have been a bigger star than Angelina, but it's all waiting for you.
Yeah, right. But she was remarkably good, wasn't she?
She was.
And adorable.
Breathtakingly beautiful.
Yeah. And it's all about her. Romeo and Juliet in City Island was the theme of the movie.
It was so funny.
A lot of funny people in that film. Anyway, you should rent Love Is All There Is.
Oh, that's it.
And Made for Each Other.
You can't get it. 20th won't release it.
Oh. Well, sometimes they run it on TV, DVR
Yes, they
it.
do.
And also Lovers and Other Strangers.
Oh, yes, that's
a
on
brilliant
TV.
film with B. Arthur starring in that.
And Richard Castellano, who was nominated for an Academy Award.
That's right. It's wonderful. Anyway, thank you, Renee.
You look fabulous on this side.
This side is better than you're right. It's my Republican side. It's the right side.
FaceLove.com.
There you go. And you can see Renee and Happily Divorced next Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. on TV Land. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you, Renee.
I love you.
I'm going to put it on both sides. Wait, I don't want just one side to look up.